Our scene presentation tracks historical events presented in 5 separate movies that we watch throughout the year. These events are important to note because they document accurate events within Italy and furthermore, how things have changed over the course of time.
This first scene is from the movie Rome Open City and works to display the setting of the Neolithic era. The scene opens up with a mob gathering around a bakery, directly emphasizing how poverty had stricken Italy during this time.
Io sono impotente. Lo so, ma con 100 grammi al giorno.
Brutta carogna, pure i pasticcini c'aveva, guardate qua.
Oh, questo è grave.
E poi diceva che non c'aveva farina.
Buoni,
Agostino, e perché non te li vai a più da te,
Io mica posso, io sono sacrestano, poi vado a finire all'inferno.
Boh, allora i pasticcini te li mangerai in paradiso. E lasciate.
The focus then shifts to Pina, who is the main character throughout the film. This image emphasizes her underground dedication to fighting the fascist regime, also contrasting her to the character Marina. One important underlying element is the fact that there is a policeman present but not doing anything to support the state. He is even shown accepting the stolen goods from Pina, acknowledging that he is hungry as well and is being affected by the downfall of the country. This is a clear example of the scene portraying historically accurate information about Italy and its history. The scene shows Italy's poor working class, which is a staple point of neorealism. The second scene is from The Bicycle Thieves. Again, this scene emphasizes a historical element in Italy's past. The scene opens with people again in a mob-like fashion. However, this time the people are all hoping that there will be a job available for them. This again parallels the first scene in that it displays a harsh economic condition in post-war Italy. Upon receiving a job, Antonio learns he needs to have a bicycle, presenting a problem because he has previously pawned off his bicycle to acquire money to provide for his family. It becomes clear to the viewer that this is the situation because the family has to pawn valuable sheets in order to acquire funds to get their bicycle back. This again emphasizes the hard economic times that fell upon the people of Italy after World War II. The economic strife is also supported through the mob as a whole, as they constantly ask, "What about me?" as they try to secure employment in a similar fashion to Antonio.
La posso avere fra un po' di giorni?
No, ce l'ho subito, se no non te pieno.
E non è uguale. Sti primi giorni faccio il servizio a piedi.
Once Antonio leaves the picture, the viewer is exposed to the simplicity of the jobs being offered. The jobs being offered are all centered on manual labor, which is usually associated with a lower socioeconomic class. It is apparent that this scene, as the first, shows an historical element of Italy's past. In these two cases, the scenes are working to show the spirit of the Italian, neorealism, the main focus of our class.
Eccomi! Ma la vale per 2 giornate al cantiere del Tufello, ci te va? Me va, capo non me va, ci vado subito. Ma che per i...
Poco da dire sul processo. Tutto si svolse pressappoco come io avevo previsto.
The third scene in our sequence of clips that displays a historical element of Italy's past is in the movie Divorced Italian Style. The scene opens with the audience being exposed to an Italian courtroom as the trial gets underway. This is after the fact he killed his wife Rosalia in an attempt to gain freedom from his marriage. He fell in love with his cousin Angela and being unable to gain a divorce because of Italian law at the time.
Mamma che piangeva, poverina. Beh sì, ero quasi commosso anch'io. Poi tirò in ballo mio padre, dissoluto, alcolizzato, corruttore di giovinette, sicuramente affetto da qualche malattia innominabile.
The scene not only shows the traditional Italian courtroom setting, but also works to show the impractical fact that divorce is so unattainable in Italy at the time. This inability to acquire a divorce gave way to what was called a crime of passion. These crimes of passion took place against one's spouse because a divorce was not possible to acquire.
Le immagini di quei poveri orfanelli mi giovarono molto. Non saprei perché. Forse perché in Italia i figli sono sempre figli.
There was oftentimes an understanding that these crimes would be met with a lenient punishment. This is made evident when it notes he received a 3-year sentence, the minimum for such offense, and a small pardon. The lack of concern is made apparent through the almost blank face he portrays throughout the court process. It is clear that this scene emphasizes the lack of a divorce law in Italy and the rise of the crime of passion, two major elements in Italy's past.
Oddio, non dico che sia stato un periodo piacevole, ma ormai è passato.
This scene, taken out of Life is Beautiful, represents the despair and sadness the Italian Jews experienced as they were exported to the concentration camp in the back of the German transport truck. It connects to the rest of our clips through the representation of Italian suppression and the historic accuracy of Jewish Italians being excommunicated to German concentration camps.
Andiamo lì in quel posto, come si chiama?
Andiamo...
Ma dove andiamo?
Ma che giorno è oggi, scusa? Ma è il giorno del tuo compleanno, Giuseppe. Ma avevi sempre detto che volevi fare un bel viaggio.
Guido and Joshua greatly contrast the rest of the characters present, as they're the only two talking and expressing any hope whatsoever. Guido's illogical thought processing allows him to persuade Joshua into believing they're going somewhere fun for Joshua's 5th birthday. Guido insists their destination is a fun surprise, in which he promised Joshua's mother he would not spoil. Guido's body language, tone of voice, and eccentric speech allow him to gain Joshua's trust and set up what will essentially become the outline for the rest of the film, Guido's strategic game. Guido also mentions how his father arranged a fun surprise like this for him when he was a child, and now he must arrange the same fun surprise for Joshua. This shows the strong tradition and connection in Italy from generation to generation.
Miss Rank? Signore, è vero che lei fa il bagno tutte le mattine nuda nel ghiaccio?
Madame, est-ce que vous aimez les enfants?
The scene we extracted from the Dolce Vita makes a direct reference to neorealism in Italy's past, but also portrays New Italy by incorporating expensive, fancy attire, revealing a contrasting upscale lifestyle.
Madame, volevo voir quelque chose? Oh, yes, please.
Signora, chi ne pensa delle attrici italiane?
La pienata?
E adesso una domanda per la radio. Cosa ne pensa della...
The types of questions Sylvia is being asked, such as, what do you think about Italian food, are questions that symbolize the new era in Italy, in which people have money to spend on nice food, clothes, sunglasses, and other lavish lifestyle goods. The time has clearly changed, and they're no longer as tough as the neorealist period, as this entire scene portrays.
Muy bien, madame, muy bien.
Sylvia, the center of the press conference, is asked if she thinks neorealism is dead, and ironically, she ignores the question and continues smoking her classy cigarette, symbolizing her lack of knowledge about the neorealist period and emphasizing how she insists on living in the present.
Ci sono parecchie cose che mi piacciono, ma specialmente 3. Amore, amore, amore.
When do you intend to come to Britain to make a film, Miss Rank?
In conclusion, all of our scenes are tied to the history of Italy and the neorealist period through symbolic references and representations Italian directors incorporate.